I love guided reading because it's a time to really be able to teach kids something, to push them a step further. Like they're always just getting pushed up to the next step in guided reading. Right. Today we're going to read an article that is about bees. Has anybody ever been stung by a bee? You have?
I stung in my neck twice.
All right. When you think of bees, is that usually what you think of? That they're little creatures that sting you? Does anybody know that there's a very different side of bees?
Yes.
That they're very helpful to us in a lot of ways?
Yes. They help bring pollen to different flowers so more flowers could grow.
Mm-hmm.
And they make us honey.
And they make honey. Somebody, Anne-Marie, I think you said that they spread the pollen from flower to flower. When they do that, there are other things that grow from those flower plants. Do you know? No, there are other things that grow from flowering plants. What kind of things do we use in our daily lives that come from flowering plants?
Sugar.
Well, seeds.
Sugar.
Sugar is from a plant.
Vegetables.
Vegetables. Fruit. Right, all those things we get from plants that bees have pollinated, and without them we wouldn't be able to eat those things or to have those things. So we really do depend on them. We're going to read an article that talks a little bit about how they pollinate flowers and why we're dependent on bees for those things. In this article, we're going to look at some of the features of nonfiction. What are the features of nonfiction? Anthony, you can just talk. You don't need to put your thumb up.
A subtitle.
Okay, facts, subtitles. What else, guys? I want to hear from these quiet people. What are some other features of nonfiction? You can even just glance at the page and tell me what some of them might be.
A caption.
Yeah? Some of the photographs.
Facts.
So photographs are so you can really see how they look
Right.
in the pictures.
What are these called? These little pieces of writing?
Facts.
They are facts, but what are they called in nonfiction?
No.
Somebody just said it. Anne-Marie, do you know what they are? They're called captions. So there are some things, there are captions, the subtitles, the photographs, and the illustrations. I want you to read down to the word gas. The word gas is in the middle of the article. And as you're reading, I want you to be reading for the information about how bees help us and why we depend on them. Now, Martin, if you finish reading early, then you can go back and you can underline the things that support that. Like when you find the information about how bees help us, you can go back and reread and underline that. But on the first read, just read through for the information, okay? Start. What have you found out about how bees help us?
You want me to read it?
No, you can just tell me.
It's about how the bees help you grow watermelons. And how it's sour and stuff because the bees are never around. How the watermelon is sour. Strawberries.
So if they don't get to pollinate the watermelon, it won't grow properly. It gets sour.
It gets sour and pink and stuff.
And I like the way you just naturally went from the narrative piece to the photograph, because they're connected, aren't they? Does anybody else want to add something that they found out about how bees help us?
I would like to. In fact, bees are responsible for 1 out of every 3 birds you eat.
What do they do exactly?
They keep it fresh, not sour, and it doesn't turn raw.
How is it that they do that?
They bring pollen.
Can you find the part back in the text that tells you what they do with the pollen and bringing it from flower to flower?
I got it. I have it.
How did you find it so quickly?
Cause this one is
I was reading and I just remember what you said about how what the bees help us.
Okay, but your eye went to that word pollinate very quickly, and I think that there's a reason why.
Because they move pollen from flower to flower and they produce fruits and vegetables.
Martin, does everybody see the word pollinate? Can you all put your finger on it?
Big dark one.
Exactly. That's how Anthony, I saw your eyes go right down the page into the word pollinate because it's a big dark word.
Over here somewhere. I ain't go to this word.
That's called a bold print, and sometimes in nonfiction they'll put the really important words in bigger, darker letters so that you know that it's important and that's what this is about. I saw you do something very interesting that we're going to actually talk about. There's a piece in here that right in that same paragraph that says pollinate, and it says see illustration at the bottom. I know that you did that immediately. What was the illustration that you went to see?
The bees, how they move pollen.
Right. Can you show us where you went to? Show them where you went to. Right. The illustration, he knew to go right over here to where it says the path of pollen. This part of the nonfiction text is called the diagram. And this diagram actually shows you the steps of pollination in sequence. So it shows you exactly what the bee does first, second, third, fourth, and fifth. How do you... Yeah, what's your question?
How do they get the nectar out of the flower and how big are they so they can carry the pollen?
I can
Well-
answer his question.
Okay, Martin, why do you answer?
They carry it, they go inside their mouth, and they carry it sometimes in that big sack in the back.
How did you find the part about them carrying it in their mouth? Did you see that anywhere back in the text, in the narrative part? Or did you see it in the diagram? Because I don't recall ever seeing that.
It's a way, and number 2 with the pollen. It's not about them in their mouth. Pollen sticks to the bee's body. About the pollen.
Okay, it does say that it sticks to the bee's body. Did you find the part back in the reading about where they carry the pollen?
Can I piggyback to him?
On Martin's?
They carry it in their mouth, they swallow it, and then after they finish carrying it, when they go to the next flower, they spit it out.
Did you see that in here, Anne-Marie?
I just know because I saw this National Geographic show and I saw him doing that.
Okay, I don't think that bees do that. That may be another insect, but I don't think that bees actually do that in their mouth. There is another way that they tell you that they carry it, and if you can find it in here, that would be good. That's what good readers do. They go back and they find their answer in the text, especially in nonfiction, since it's so full of facts. What'd you just read? Didn't you read about the pollination process? That's where you should look. Or you might want to use the diagram. You're looking for where bees carry. Yeah.
The flower.
Yeah, they do. Everybody, just look at the diagram for a second, okay? I want you to read this part first, and then on the second reading, you can go back and underline. But the purpose that you're reading for this time is to find out why are bees in danger now, because they are in a lot of danger. So you can read to the end. Okay, Anthony, why don't you start by telling us one of the reasons why bees are in danger?
There's one type of mite go inside the bees breathed into and then kill them.
Right.
And mites are a part of the spider family, but they're only small and live on plants.
That's exactly right. Have they killed off a large part of the bee population?
Yes.
Have they killed a lot of bees?
Yes.
Does anybody know how many bees they've killed?
90.
90 what? 90%. That means 90 out of every 100 bees they've killed.
And they kill
90 out of
individual
every
bees.
Out of every 100.
And they kill individual bees. Other animals, one type of mite kills individual bees.
Okay. What is the second problem that bees
The
have?
pesticidus.
Look carefully at that word. It's got a word inside of it.
Pest.
Pest.
Pesticides.
Pesticides. What are pesticides?
It's like when they spray that stuff, like it kills insects in the planes and stuff. About the mosquitoes, when
Right.
they fly over the airplanes and stuff, and they be spraying that stuff that it kills insects.
And
We kill bees because
Guys.
some people are scared of them.
are scared of who?
The bees.
And they on
Why are people afraid of bees?
Because they sting.
Right.
and they say don't kill them because
Sometimes they be
So can I just want to return to the point about pesticides. From the text, why are people using the pesticides? Can you go back and find that part? Can you go back and find the part? Go back to where you started reading. I told you to read to gas. Right after that, there are quotation marks. Did you notice that? Okay.
What is grow crops without honey?
Why is that there?
Because somebody's talking.
Why?
Because they're talking because they're telling you that they wouldn't grow stuff.
Okay, but why? Can I finish my question, please? Why in this article did they include a person speaking? Why not just report the facts? Do you guys have any thoughts about that? Why would they include a person talking in this article?
They warning us.
They what?
They telling us.
Who is this person that she should be?
William. It's not William. It's
Do you have an idea about why it's there?
Yes, I think it's there because they're probably telling us that we cannot grow crops without honeybees. They telling us that they can't grow crops without honeybees around. They're
Okay.
telling us.
Well, a lot of times in informational articles, the people who are writing them will ask people who know a lot about the subject, like scientists, and they'll get their expert opinion and they'll include it in the article because it supports the article. If somebody who's was the information the same in the diagram that was in the text, that was in the narrative part?
It wasn't that.
And that's one of the great things about nonfiction is that you can get information in all these different places, even aside from the narrative part of the text. You can get pieces of information all around in the pictures and the captions and the diagrams. Did you notice anything about the subtitles? For example, let's just look at the one that says, "A mighty big problem." Could you just put your finger there so I know you're... Okay. What does that subtitle have to do with the information that comes next, Martin?
Since it says mighty, it means the mites. It's a big problem that the mites are killing the bees.
That's right. They're like playing with the word might and making it into mighty. Did they do that in a few places, like be alert and don't flee the bee? They're playing with the words. Did this article change your attitude toward bees in any way?
Yes, because they telling us that they grow food and stuff for us.
They're helping us get oxygen
And eating.
Oxygen?
not oxygen.
Honey.
How we eat honey and what we need
Vegetables.
to eat for like
They give us watermelon.
Is there any piece of information that you learned here that just made you say, wow, I never knew that happened?
They says
I would like
don't,
to say
One person at a
it
time.
says too many people are scared of bees. Don't kill them.
You didn't know that? That surprised you?
I used to always kill them because they used to sting me.
Oh, so now you
When I was a
wouldn't?
baby, yeah.
Now you wouldn't?
I won't kill them now that I know that they make the flowers.
That's good.
Well,
they make me change my attitude because they help me eat. They help me eat. If I wouldn't be if there was no such thing as bees, we all would have never been alive, probably.
Right.
we would
because
have cucumber.
it helps you grow 1 out of every 3 bites of food you eat.
Yeah. I thought we was the only one that killing them, but
That's right. I'd like you to take these articles And if you want to use them for one of your reading responses, you can do that. If you'd just like to reread it later on or share it with somebody, you can do that too. We're going to go into independent reading now, so you guys can go get ready.